Here are 15 things they don't tell you about living alone as an older adult, and first up. Living alone as an older adult can be empowering, but it also brings new responsibilities. One of the most important being that you must be your own emergency backup. Without someone immediately at your side, you become the person responsible for your safety in case of an unexpected situation. This could be anything from a minor household mishap, like tripping over a rug, to a more serious medical emergency, such as a fall or a sudden health issue. If no one is around to help, having a plan is essential. But it doesn't stop here. You can consider creating an emergency contact list. This can include close family members, friends, neighbors, and even local services like a nearby clinic or pharmacy. Make sure you have their phone numbers readily accessible, whether posted on your fridge or saved in your phone. Additionally, consider investing in a medical alert system that allows you to call for help at the press of a button. Some systems even come equipped with automatic fall detection, offering extra peace of mind. It's also important to ensure that your home is as safe as possible to prevent accidents. Simple adjustments, such as removing tripping hazards, like loose rugs or electrical cords, installing grab bars in the bathroom, and ensuring your home is well lit, can significantly reduce the risk of falls. Being prepared in these ways won't just help you feel more secure, it will also allow you to enjoy your independence without unnecessary worry. But this is nothing compared to what I'm going to tell you next, about loneliness. When you live alone, especially as an older adult, it's natural to experience moments of loneliness, even if you've always been the type of person who enjoys solitude. You might think that because you're an introvert, living alone would be easier, but loneliness is different from solitude. It's not just about being alone, but about feeling isolated. And that can be challenging for anyone, regardless of personality type. Loneliness can sneak up on you in subtle ways. At first, the quiet and peace of living alone might be welcome, but over time, you may start to miss small, everyday interactions, like having someone to share a cup of coffee with or discuss the day's events. It's easy to go days without talking to someone in person, especially if you're not actively seeking out social interactions. But that's not all. Combating loneliness starts with recognizing that it's a normal feeling and that it's okay to want more connection. Take small steps to build or maintain social bonds if you want that. Call or video chat with family and friends regularly. Join local community groups or participate in online forums that match your interests. If you enjoy in-person interactions, try joining a local club or volunteering in your community. Activities that can help you meet people while doing something fulfilling. Staying socially engaged isn't just important for your emotional health, it's also a key part of maintaining cognitive health as you age. Of course, when you live alone, you're also the sole person responsible for everything in your home, and that can be overwhelming at times, especially when it comes to keeping up with home maintenance. Living alone means you're in full control of your space, but it also means you're the only one responsible for maintaining it. Every task, whether it's mowing the lawn, fixing a leaky faucet, or changing a light bulb, falls to you. While this independence can feel empowering, it can also become overwhelming, especially when the to-do list starts to grow faster than you can keep up. But there's more. Home maintenance doesn't just involve small tasks. There are seasonal chores to consider as well. Clearing gutters, raking leaves, or preparing your home for colder weather can be physically demanding and time-consuming. Additionally, unexpected repairs, like a broken appliance or plumbing issue, can add stress to your life, especially if you're not sure how to fix them or who to call. The best way to manage these responsibilities is by staying organized. Create a maintenance schedule to spread out tasks over time so that you're not trying to do everything at once. If certain tasks feel too daunting or physically taxing, don't hesitate to hire professional help. It's worth investing in professionals for more complex jobs like plumbing, electrical work, or major yard work. Local community resources can also provide assistance. Some organizations even offer discounted or free home maintenance services for older adults. Managing your home effectively is a big part of maintaining your independence, and taking small steps to keep things in order can go a long way. But while keeping your space in check is important, so is finding comfort in your daily life. You may discover that your daily routine becomes sacred, and that's okay. Living alone gives you the freedom to set your own pace, and many older adults find that their daily routines become an essential part of their life. You might start to notice how much you cherish those quiet, simple moments, like enjoying your morning cup of coffee, taking a walk around the neighborhood, or watching your favorite TV show in the evening. Over time, these routines can offer a sense of stability and comfort. There's something deeply reassuring about having a routine. It provides structure to your day, especially when there aren't as many external demands on your time as there might have been earlier in life, such as work or raising a family. Your daily habits can also give you something to look forward to, making each day feel purposeful, even if you're not going out or engaging in social activities as much as you once did. However, it's also important to remain flexible. While routines are comforting, being too rigid can lead to stress if things don't go according to plan. Allow yourself to break away from the routine every now and then, whether it's trying something new, spending the day with friends, or simply going with the flow. Maintaining a balance between structure and spontaneity can help you stay engaged with life while still enjoying the comforts of a daily routine. But there's also something you need to know about cooking. Cooking for yourself can feel like a challenge, especially if you're used to cooking for a family or partner. The temptation to rely on prepackaged meals or skip cooking altogether can be strong. After all, preparing a full meal might seem like too much effort just for yourself. However, cooking for yourself can also be incredibly rewarding, and it's a key aspect of taking care of your health and well-being. The trick is to find ways to make cooking easier and more enjoyable. For example, consider batch cooking or preparing meals in advance. You can cook larger portions of your favorite dishes and store leftovers for the next few days, reducing the number of times you have to cook during the week. Another option is to simplify your recipes. Focus on nutritious meals that don't require hours in the kitchen. Stir-fries, salads, soups, and one-pot dishes are great options that don't take long to prepare. But that's not everything. There's also a psychological benefit to preparing meals for yourself. When you take the time to cook, you're sending a message to yourself that your health and happiness matter. Plus, sitting down to a well-prepared meal can be a moment of mindfulness and gratitude, a way to appreciate the effort you've put into nourishing your body. If you're feeling unmotivated, try experimenting with new recipes or treating yourself to a special ingredient you love. Making cooking enjoyable can turn it from a chore into a rewarding ritual. But after the meal, the quiet that follows may remind you that the quiet can be both a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, it can feel incredibly peaceful. There's no noise from other people moving around the house, no conversations happening in the background, and no distractions pulling you away from your thoughts. You have the freedom to enjoy silence in a way that many people never get to experience. But on the other hand, that same quiet can sometimes feel overwhelming. It's easy for silence to turn into loneliness, especially during times when you would have normally shared a moment with someone else, like sitting down for dinner or watching a movie. The quiet can amplify feelings of isolation, particularly in the evenings when the day is winding down. To manage this, it's important to find a balance between embracing the quiet and introducing some background noise when needed. Playing soft music, listening to a podcast, or turning on the TV for background noise can make the house feel a little livelier. Engaging in hobbies like reading, knitting, or doing puzzles can also help distract from the silence. But there's more. Sometimes, simply going outside or spending time in public spaces, like a park or cafe, can provide the right balance of peacefulness and human interaction. And let's not forget about being intentional about physical activity. Staying active is essential as you age, but when you live alone, it's easy for physical activity to take a back seat. Without someone around to motivate you or suggest going for a walk, it can be tempting to spend more time sitting than moving. However, staying active is one of the most important things you can do for your health, both physically and mentally. The key is to be intentional about it. Schedule daily walks or exercise sessions, even if it's just for 20 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be strenuous. Light activities like stretching, gardening, or taking a stroll around the neighborhood can make a big difference. If you're looking for ways to stay motivated, joining a local fitness class or walking group can provide both physical and social benefits. But it doesn't stop here. One of the best ways to stay active while also combating loneliness is to consider getting a pet. A dog, for example, can provide companionship and encourage regular exercise. Daily walks with your furry friend not only get you moving, but they also create a sense of routine and purpose. Pets can also be a great source of comfort and emotional support, offering unconditional love and reducing feelings of isolation. Before getting a pet, however, make sure you're ready for the responsibility. Pets need care, attention, and time, so it's important to choose one that fits your lifestyle and energy levels. But with the right match, a pet can bring immense joy to your life and help keep you active and engaged. Now that's great to hear, right? But wait until you hear about how your sense of time may shift in unexpected ways. Living alone can change your perception of time in subtle and surprising ways. Without the external structure that comes from having other people around, like a partner's schedule or children's routines, it's easy for days to blend together. You might find that time feels slower or faster depending on how engaged you are in your activities. On some days, you might lose track of time entirely, especially if you're deeply absorbed in a hobby or simply enjoying a quiet day at home. Other times, the day can feel like it stretches on endlessly, especially if you're not sure how to fill your time. This shift in your sense of time is common among people who live alone, and it's nothing to worry about, but it's helpful to be aware of it. To create a more structured sense of time, consider developing a loose schedule for your days. Set regular times for meals, exercise, and activities, and try to maintain a consistent wake-up and bedtime. Planning small activities to look forward to each day can also help break up the monotony and give your days more definition. Another way to stay grounded in time is to engage in activities that have a natural progression, such as gardening, knitting. These activities provide a sense of purpose and allow you to track the passage of time in a more tangible way. And as you settle into a rhythm, you may also start thinking about your home environment and how decluttering becomes both easier and harder. One of the benefits of living alone is that you have complete control over your space. You can organize and arrange things exactly as you like, without needing to compromise with anyone else. This newfound control can make decluttering feel easier in some ways. After all, you don't have to negotiate with anyone about what to keep or toss. However, decluttering can also become more emotionally challenging. When you live alone, each item in your home may carry a personal memory or sentimental value, especially if you've accumulated possessions over many years. Deciding what to part with can be difficult, as objects often serve as reminders of loved ones or past experiences. But that's not all. It's important to take a mindful approach to decluttering. Start small by focusing on one area of your home at a time. Whether it's a closet, a room, or even just a single drawer. Give yourself permission to take your time with the process. If certain items are too emotionally charged to let go of immediately, set them aside and revisit them later. It can also be helpful to enlist the support of a friend or family member. Having someone to talk through your decisions with can make the process less overwhelming. In some cases, professional organizers who specialize in working with older adults can provide invaluable guidance. Ultimately, decluttering is about making your space more livable and comfortable. It's not about getting rid of everything, it's about keeping the items that truly matter. And while your home may become more streamlined, you may notice that social invitations might decrease, but you have to create your own fun. You may notice that social invitations aren't as frequent as they once were. Friends and family may have their own busy lives, or you may simply feel that your social circle has gotten smaller over time. While this can be disheartening, it's important to remember that you don't have to wait for others to invite you out. You can take the initiative and create your own fun. One way to stay socially active is by planning your own activities. Whether it's hosting a small dinner party, organizing a game night, or inviting a friend out for coffee. Taking the lead in social situations can help you stay connected. You might also consider joining local clubs, classes, or community groups that match your interests. These environments provide opportunities to meet new people and engage in activities you enjoy. But there's more. Don't forget that technology can also play a role in your social life. Virtual events, online classes, and social media platforms can help you stay connected with friends and meet new people, even from the comfort of your home. The key is to be proactive. By creating your own social opportunities, you ensure that your social life remains vibrant and fulfilling. But if you thought you've heard all the great things, you really need to hear this about self-care. When you live alone, it's easy for certain things, like self-care, to slip through the cracks. Without someone else around to check in on you, remind you to eat, or notice changes in your mood, it's all too easy to let your own well-being fall by the wayside. But self-care is more important now than ever, especially when you're the sole person responsible for looking after yourself. Self-care goes beyond just the basics, like eating well and staying clean, though those are certainly essential. It also involves nurturing your mental and emotional health. Regularly check in with yourself about how you're feeling, both physically and emotionally. If you notice any signs of fatigue, stress, or sadness, take steps to address them, whether through meditation, a walk outside, or reaching out to someone for support. One helpful strategy is to build self-care into your routine. Set regular times for meals, make time for relaxation, and schedule health checkups just as you would any other important task. Additionally, practicing mindfulness or gratitude exercises can improve your overall sense of well-being and help you stay grounded. If you find self-motivation challenging, consider using reminders or creating a checklist to keep yourself on track. Remember that taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's essential for living a healthy, independent life. And part of self-care is continuing to challenge your brain, which brings you to learning new skills. As you grow older, keeping your brain active becomes just as important as taking care of your body. One of the best ways to do this is by learning new skills. Living alone provides the perfect opportunity to explore interests that you may not have had time for before. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, learning to play an instrument, or even tackling a new language, these activities keep your mind engaged and can help prevent cognitive decline. Learning something new also adds a sense of accomplishment to your days, and it's a great way to keep life exciting. The possibilities are endless. You could learn how to paint, take up gardening, master a new cooking technique, or even explore new technology, like using social media or video calls to stay connected. Many community centers, libraries, and online platforms offer classes designed specifically for older adults. These classes not only help you develop new skills, but also provide social interaction with others who share your interests. If you prefer to learn at home, countless tutorials and courses are available online, allowing you to learn at your own pace. By challenging your brain with new skills, you're keeping your cognitive abilities sharp and enriching your life at the same time. And as you explore these new ventures, you might also find that the freedom to express yourself increases, and you should embrace it. One of the most liberating aspects of living alone is the increased freedom to express yourself however you choose. With no one else around to influence your decisions, you have complete control over your environment, your hobbies, and even how you present yourself. This freedom can be incredibly empowering and provide a sense of personal growth. Living alone allows you to decorate your space exactly how you want it, explore your personal style, and engage in hobbies that bring you joy. Whether that means turning your living room into an art studio, rearranging your furniture in a way that suits only your needs, or wearing clothes that reflect your true self, this is your time to fully embrace who you are. But that's not all. It's also an opportunity to reflect on your personal values and beliefs without the influence of others. Living alone provides a quiet space for introspection and growth. You might discover new interests, develop deeper self-awareness, or even rekindle passions you had set aside in earlier years. This freedom of expression can be a source of joy and creativity. Don't hesitate to embrace it. Living alone offers the perfect canvas for exploring your identity and trying new things. However, with this freedom also comes the challenge of making all the decisions yourself, which can lead to decision fatigue. One of the less talked about aspects of living alone is how many decisions you'll have to make on a daily basis. From small choices, like what to have for breakfast or how to spend your afternoon, to larger decisions, like handling finances or managing home repairs, you're responsible for it all. Over time, this constant need to make decisions can lead to what's known as decision fatigue. But it doesn't stop here. Decision fatigue happens when you become mentally exhausted from having to make too many choices. It can make even simple tasks feel overwhelming, and it can lead to procrastination or poor decision-making. Fortunately, there are strategies to reduce decision fatigue and manage your responsibilities more effectively. One way to combat decision fatigue is by creating routines for everyday tasks. By establishing consistent habits, like what time you wake up, when you exercise, or what you eat for breakfast, you reduce the number of decisions you have to make each day. For more significant decisions, break them down into smaller steps, or seek advice from trusted friends or professionals. There's no need to make every decision alone, especially when it comes to important matters like health or finances. Remember to pace yourself and recognize when you're feeling overwhelmed. Take breaks, simplify where you can, and don't hesitate to ask for help when needed. Managing decision fatigue is key to maintaining your independence without becoming overburdened. And as you navigate these decisions, you'll find that emotional self-awareness will become one of your strongest tools. Living alone gives you plenty of time to reflect on your emotions, and over time, you'll become more in tune with your emotional state. This heightened self-awareness is one of the greatest tools you can develop as an older adult living alone. Understanding your emotions allows you to better manage stress, loneliness, and even the occasional frustrations that come with handling life's challenges on your own. Emotional self-awareness means recognizing when you're feeling overwhelmed, sad, anxious, or content, and knowing how to respond to those feelings in a healthy way. If you're feeling down, for example, you might decide to reach out to a friend for a chat, take a walk in nature, or practice mindfulness exercises. If you're feeling stressed, you might practice deep breathing or meditation. This ability to check in with yourself regularly helps you stay grounded and emotionally balanced. It's also a key part of maintaining your mental health, especially when living alone. If you ever feel stuck or unsure of how to handle your emotions, don't hesitate to seek out professional help, like a counselor or therapist. Sometimes having someone to talk to can provide valuable insight and relief. This video was amazing, but the video on the right-hand side is even more helpful for you.